Hello and welcome to the exciting conclusion of the Maple Hill Presents the 2023 Cosmic Open presented by Innova Disc Golf. Thank you to Cosmic Disc Golf, D-Town Disc Golf, and Reaper Disc Supply for making this coverage possible. I'm Nathan Johnson, joined in the booth by Dan Brooks Wells. What is up, Dan?
What is going on? I hope everyone is having a great day. On to the final 9 here. Hole 10, sponsored by Slippery Saucers. It is a par 3, 265 feet. It's pretty straightforward, except it's got some teeth. You gotta hit the gap. If you don't, and you get off the fairway, you're in trouble.
Yeah, tricky hole, tight gap, like you said. Lucas able to pick up a stroke on John on that last hole, the front 9. But other than that, really clean golf from Moldoff, able to open up a nice 3-stroke lead.
And Lucas fighting his way through, giving himself a good look at a bird, probably in. And yeah, John, as you said, I mean, played pretty perfect on the front 9. Let's see if you can keep it going here on the back.
Yeah, 7 down through 9 at Stafford Woods is no joke, but this is a tee shot that will make.
Not John.
I guess, yeah, no, never mind.
John.
It's the easiest shot in the world. What do you mean? It's just right there. Just pure.
Unbelievable. And guys, just to give you some perspective, so John's 7 down through 9. That was the hot round, last round.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now we know. It's good. He's shredding, and he's about to be 8 down.
Yeah, and Chris not flipping it up enough there. Catches a little tree and kicks left.
Should have a long putt. Harris, not a great front 9. Some putting woes held him back, but still plenty of golf to put together a respectable finish, and that is going to get him in the right. I can't talk anymore. It's a good shot.
Okay. Yeah, it was a good shot. And what a bipolar hole. Like last time, we didn't see anyone get through really, and this time they all have a putt.
Yeah, much more dialed this round. Chris, long look from outside the circle. Got it. Really nice to keep himself in contention here.
Yeah. So now it's the final 9. Now everyone's feeling it. Everyone's starting to pay attention to the score. You know, the front 9, you don't really look at it too much, but you should start knowing and know you got to start running pretty much everything if you're behind.
Yeah, and I think this time I can say a little gamesmanship there from Lucas. But we got our first star frame of the day right there. Nicely done from the boys.
Yeah. Hole 11, par 5, 775 feet, sponsored by Link Disc Golf Supplies. Iconic hole here, it plays in an S shape. You want to throw something around the bend, and then you want to pitch it up into this area before this little mound, or get over it if you can, and pitch it up into the green. But it's tight the whole way. If you get off the fairway, it's a tough scramble. Let's see what these guys can do.
Yeah, this is what I like to call a forward progress hole. You know, if you're biting off at least 200 feet on every shot, you shouldn't be getting into too much trouble.
Yeah, very nice.
Lucas biting off well more than that.
Yeah.
You think that could be a long eagle look, maybe?
For him, yeah, absolutely. This is pushing forward a little bit too much, and he kind of gets a kick into the right side woods as well. A little bit of a scramble, but it's better to be on that side than the other side. He can still get to a landing zone.
Yeah, it is nice shot.
It's looking nice from Villa.
The big skip. Yeah, it's fine.
Going to be awkward with that bushy tree that we don't know what it's called in his backswing. But
I think it's a holly. That's it. I'm looking it up. I think it's a holly tree.
It's good.
little low from Harris, but gets a nice straight skip. That'll keep him in a good, manageable spot from there. All right, so tricky spot here from John. He's going to have to go. Oh, yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to be a roller or some sort of tomahawk, but kind of fortunate to catch that log and keep him on the edge of the fairway.
Catches one of those. Look at that thing just sticking out, just waiting to catch discs. Rude.
Unfair, yeah. Oh, number 2.
Chris.
Take a picture.
That's
This is
illegal,
not-
Chris.
Yeah, stroke. That's a stroke. That he already made. He already hit the quota.
If you didn't see the front nine, go watch Chris throw a flick on the front nine. Yeah, Lucas here could have a look into the green. It looks like he's playing it safe though. No, that's the same one.
You just can't make. I mean, he still might be in birdie range, but just can't make that mistake there.
No, now he's telling himself, "Oh, I should have just tried to blast one through these trees and go for the eagle." But
Oh, little hyzer flip.
yeah, nice little kick.
Yeah, it should still be very parable from there. Let's see what Harris has got.
That had a nice flip up on it too. I was fortunate to catch that tree. I think I'm wrong with the tree, by the way. I'm just gonna stop trying to guess and stick to the stuff I know. With disc
Yeah.
golf.
We'll talk about frisbees and not
Yeah.
trees.
Comment below what that tree is.
Yes, yes.
Let us know. Villa, knowing he doesn't have much, chipping it back out to the fairway. And that's what I mean. You get off the fairway here and you try to push stuff. This hole has teeth.
Yeah, big numbers coming up quick. I don't think anybody is in birdie position anymore. Just scrambling for par or worse at this point. Nice shot from Harris. That'll leave him a circle's edge putt for, I think, a par. This is a long up and down from John. Oh, kind of gave that a little bit of a bid. Yeah, I believe this is a par putt
Okay.
for Harris.
Confident bid again. I like the stroke. They just don't seem to be falling.
Yeah, he's been all over the basket so far. Nice save from Chris from about 26.5 feet. Lucas, a par as well.
Yeah, I know Lucas isn't happy about that after his drive. But, you know, catching one tree, two trees, and it's okay to take a par.
Yeah, not losing any strokes to John. But there are other folks on the course. We'll probably take a check-in a little bit, making moves. So he's going to need to pick up some birdies at some point down the stretch if he wants to make a run. And these next couple holes are a great opportunity to do so.
Hole 11, hardest hole on the course. Played 0.6 over. All right, here is Birdie Lane, hole 12, par 3, sponsored by Double Helix. It is 243 feet uphill. Pretty much just a hyzer into the green, missed a few of these trees, and like I said, Birdie Lane, the next few holes are ones where you want to pick up some strokes.
Yep, step one is hit this gap. Lucas does that perfectly, and that's a birdie.
Step 2, drop it in.
This is where, we're going to see if John's feeling any nerves. Front nine, he was cruising, hit some adversity recently. But
A little
no.
early there. Gets through, matches Lucas. There we go.
Such an interesting run up that he does on this hole. Throws me off. But it works. So who am I to question it?
Yeah, I feel the same. Hold it, but
I mean,
back. That'll give him a putt.
yeah, I can't complain about that break. Let's see if he's able to capitalize. Got that unnamed tree kind of messing with him, but to call this one just outside the circle. Just high again. Perhaps in the par there. We're going to have 3 virtual drop-ins for birdie from the other members of the card. That's what you're hoping to get here. This is the easiest hole on the course at a 2.5 average. So
yeah, that's what you would expect. This one, or honestly, the next one, and you'll see why. Left-handed putt once again.
Call that one a snickerdoodle.
Hole 13, sponsored by Elevation. This is a par 3, 204 feet. It is straight downhill. Got to hit this little gap and kind of just fall into this green. Yeah, but you're staring right at the gap. Hit this and you got a putt. A little early. Not what you want.
No, definitely not. He kind of rolls back into the middle, might have a long look at it, but unable to hit the gap. Let's see if John is able to keep. Just a little overturn there, but still a look.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit closer, I think, than he probably thinks. Super hyzer flip, probably a swan.
Cool shot. Nice shot. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, Chris just so comfortable hitting gaps on those deep hyzer angles with understable disc. The nice thing about that too, with that super flippy disc, is once it gets to anhyzer, it kind of just falls out of the sky, so you don't really have to worry about the distance control because the disc kind of takes care of that for you. All right, let's see if Lucas can give us another highlight putt here. Call it 70 feet. Ooh. Had the height, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Speaking of highlight putts, guys, we're doing a best shot at the end of the round. Let us know in the comments what you think the best shot of this round is.
Another one off the band for Harris. Just a little off on the putt today. Here's John now. Oh, just a bit short. First missed putt we've seen from him.
Yeah, I felt if he would have made that one, that would have been kind of just a little dagger, you know?
Yeah, an early dagger for sure.
Yeah.
Through the red.
But Chris is going to take a stroke here. John will have to finish off his par first. Nicely done. It's going to bring him to 11 as well. We're going to have 3-stroke. Game here.
Yeah, keeping it interesting. Again, Villa is gaining another stroke. 3 strokes is nothing. We still got a bunch of holes to play. And a lot of mistakes can be made.
Yeah, speaking of, here as we check in with our chasers, we got Matt Barub, and Zach Tassone, Tony Hoffer all making moves from further down the leaderboard. So yeah, it's really anybody's game.
All right, hole 14, sponsored by yours truly. Come grab a lesson. R3, 285 feet. This is a little bit of an S shape if you're throwing a forehand, or if you're throwing a hyzer. I think Chris likes this little hyzer flip. Or there is a kind of straight to hyzer gap as well. But if you have the forehand, usually you throw that.
Yeah, Chris kind of going with this pushing hyzer that flips up as it moves up the fairway. Kind of leaves him short left, but that's kind of the best result he can get there, is that just outside the circle look.
Yeah, and you know the way the disc flies with this forehand flex is kind of the, and that's definitely early. Is kind of the most open route, which is why you see most people take it. But yeah, that was definitely an early release from Lucas there.
Yeah, just didn't quite commit to the turn. Looks like John is going to opt for the backhand. We'll see if he goes inside.
Almost black aces the short. Should be an easy up and down for his par, but you know, with those people chasing him, you know, this hole and the last hole are kind of the easier ones on the course, and that is disaster. That's the one thing you don't want to do.
Yeah, just undercommitted, bad kick.
And you can see he kicked way far to the right. I mean, he might be just as far away from the basket.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty firm flick there. Does a nice job, though.
Yeah.
Able to get all the way through, gives himself a look at a par save.
Very nice. And Lucas could use a highlight putt right here. Kind of gain a stroke on John.
This is deep circle two, maybe even further. Oh, gave it a really nice bid. But just a bit off. Just a layup there from John. Happy to settle for the par. Chris with a chance to take another stroke just outside the circle. Sneaks it in.
No pictures on the scorecard, except for when I draw them.
Or when we take videos.
We'll count it. Or we take videos, that's right.
So solo birdie for Villa.
Yeah, gains a stroke. 2 back from John now. And these are kind of the scores I was expecting. You know, first round, the hot round was only 7, and you see multiple people who are already in double digits or better than 7 down. And this is kind of what we expected. So it's good to see people come back out and take it to the course this time.
So we see another miss off the band for Harris. The commitment's there, just a little high. Gonna have to settle for the bogey. So we've got 4 holes left.
All right, hole 15, sponsored by Out of Bounds Disc Golf. This is a par 4, 731 feet. You got to hit this gap off the tee and get it out as far as you can. From there, you need to be able to throw it a hyzer into the basket, or this left side, maybe like a flick on this left side. I've seen a roller work, and you just got to kind of miss these trees into the green. Nathan, as you said, first round, hard hole to park, but one of my favorite holes out here. So off the tee, again, it's a really wide fairway, but because you're trying to crush it and you haven't been able to really let it unleash the whole round, that's the difficulty, is being able to gear up and hit a line.
Yeah, leaks a little left there into the tall grass inbounds. Worth mentioning. For Chris, will make things a little tricky. Lucas just unloading here.
Nice. That's freaking hope.
Well done. John to match. John can crush too. We saw him, I believe, on hole 5 it was. He can crush.
Yeah, and really good angle control too. Gets a little bit of flip up out of this.
Might go past Lucas's.
Yeah.
All right.
Not every day you see somebody outdrive Lucas Oberholtzer Hess.
All right, John. Good to see you. Harris hits the gap as well. That's pumped too.
Yeah, needs a little finish to keep him in the short stuff. Gets it. Yeah, that'll work out just fine.
Very nice. So we'll see if Villa takes this hyzer flip route or if he kind of powers it over and tries to get a skip down the hill.
Yeah, just looking to fade it in late. Miss a couple of these trees, but unable to. Didn't quite put it wide enough.
Yeah,
It's a long shot from where his tee shot landed.
this looks like a mid. this flips a little bit, it'll look good. Still good, kind of hyzered out a little early, but it looks like he has a look at the basket.
Yeah, definitely fought through, probably an uphill putt. Lucas absolutely parked this one in round one with this forehand line, but that looks overturned. Fights through though. Kind of got the same putt as Harris.
Looks like a putter mid out of John.
Wow, it just gets through everything.
Yeah, that was great. Definitely a circle putt. Villa trying to put it in. AB. I'm content with the layup. Oh, no, he's not.
Maybe just not a great effort there. Harris got this uphill putt just a bit off. Looks like a bit of a low ceiling to deal with.
I feel like Lucas is going to have to make this one. We're running out of holes here. Committed putt. It's a little high.
This could be big.
Nice spot.
Yeah. That's a huge birdie.
Yeah, another stroke on the card for John. Brings the lead back to 3. As we said, chasers are chasing. We will check back in with them after hole 16. But you've got to think John is feeling pretty good right now with the distance that he has against his card mates.
Yeah. One of the hardest holes on the course, and shout out to Alex Nicosia, who was the only other person to have a birdie on that hole, round 2. Moving on to hole 16, going back the other way, par 4, 545 feet. This is sponsored by Lightning Disc Golf. To the hanging basket. So, drive off the tee, OB left and right. You can throw whatever you want, just make sure you land in bounds, and then it's a little chipper in to the hanging basket green. Looks like it might be a little windy for this shot. Let's see what these guys do.
Yeah, looks like some sort of crosswind. Always tricky to figure, to decide how wide to hang it out. But, I mean, dead center for John, so can't draw it up much better than that.
Right. And if you're right-hand, backhand, which all these guys are, it kind of bubbles off out on the left side. So the only mistake to make here is to go OB on the right side. And you're basically almost re-teeing if you go OB right away. So the mistake to make is to go OB left, but that rarely happens as well. This might be an area where we see Lucas go for it.
That's definitely an aggressive swing, but I think he just had the speed. Yeah, that looks like a go for it kind of shot right there. Just overturns it though. I think that wind kind of just grabbed it, didn't let it fade out. Would have liked to see him get a full flight on one on this hole and just to see where it could land.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good play. Not everyone has the option to do that, and that's the right play to try and go for it if you're going for the win, which we know Lucas is. So,
yeah. All right, big shot here for Chris. Gotta think he needs to put some pressure on John, and that is a great way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point, Chris just has to birdie out and hope John makes a mistake.
Yeah, definitely two-stroke swings available on the last 2 holes. This one, after putting that tee shot in bounds, you think it's pretty unlikely. But you never know. Weirder things have happened.
And that is the trouble with going too far. Just that. Big hunking tree. So here's John with his upshot. Puts it anywhere close. And he'll be feeling good.
Yeah.
Oh, tentative. That's really short.
Yeah, I if I'm him, I think I lay this putt up.
Eh,
I guess it depends where the chase card is at.
yeah,
But
yeah, that's the thing. I think people were only a stroke or two behind him.
don't want a 3-putt here, though. All right, that was a good safe bid.
Soft bid, yeah.
Stays close.
Yeah.
Nice putt from Harris.
That was very nice, very nice. Yeah, that upshot of his, he didn't throw it bad. I think maybe the wind like did something to it, and way to just come and make that putt.
Good save from Lucas, keeps him at 11. Chris is going to have an opportunity here to get to 13.
Chris is doing all that he can do. Basket swinging just a little bit. Chris don't care. Kiss the mini.
It's funny.
All right. So John to stay at 15 down. Yeah, I don't know what that upshot was. Maybe it was just a little bit of nerves. He knows he's in the lead, you know. So sometimes it gets harder towards the end,
Especially the
start
touchy.
damping up. Yeah.
Especially the touchy shots. So let's take a look here. We have the chase card in the clubhouse, just this lead card left on the course. Matt Berube and Tony Hoffer at 14 under and 13 under respectively for the tournament. So if John is able to finish in the lead with a score of 15 or better, he's going to be the champion here.
All right. So hole 17, tee shot to get through right here. This is sponsored by Upper Park Disc Golf. Go check out some bags. This is a par 4, 648 feet. It's all about the tee shot. If you can get off the tee, you will have a look into the green.
Saw Chris absolutely pure the shot in round 1. But this one just a little early left. And he knows that one's going to be costly.
Yeah, that's tough. It's still doable, but it's definitely really hard to get the birdie from there. Same mistake. Yeah, I mean, these guys are trying to throw that hyzer flip through the gap, right? And when you're trying to hyzer it, sometimes that leaking left is a common mistake.
Big tee shot here for John. His priority one has to be hit the gap.
Same thing.
And that is a bad kick.
Scramble time. This is what Stafford Woods can do to you.
Yeah, this thing is okay. With that kick, this is anybody's game for sure. Like we said, I mean, it's hard to think that Chris Villa is going to go birdie at the end here. So you'd like to think if John can find a way to save a par on this hole, he's still going to be in really good shape. But I don't know, what does he have over here?
Yeah. Just try to avoid an early kick now. Just get down the fairway. Yeah, he misses it all. Very nice shot. Not guaranteed from there, but that was a good start, saving his par.
Yeah, step in the right direction for sure. See what these other guys have that hit that same tree. Ah, and Villa. Back-to-back early kicks. Still in with a lot of work left to do.
Hit a tapped. I could hear it tapped a tree and kind of redirected it, I think. But I think that will. I don't want to sand it for Villa, but it's not looking good. Everyone's just a little off. towards the end here.
Yeah, just late in the day. Maybe getting a little tired. Maybe some jitters. Wow, super technical shot there from Harris with that late hyzer flip to drift. Gives him a long putt. Big shot here for John. You gotta give yourself at least a chance to save the par.
Oh no! Stafford Woods strikes again.
Yeah, the one thing he could not do there hits the first tree. Gonna be bogey at best now.
Right, and now you're thinking he's winning by a stroke, correct? Somebody has 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, they're
So
in the
now,
clubhouse at 14.
I mean, now you're thinking, my God, I hope I have an upshot to save my bogey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chris trying to get up and down for his bogey as well. That'll leave him a short, manageable putt, I'll say.
And you gotta believe Chris is kicking himself after watching John. Doing nice.
Friendly tree. Very friendly tree. So if my math is right, I believe that putt should be for a single bogey.
Yeah.
Harris here. This might be a long birdie look.
Eh.
Just didn't have the height.
Well, timing was off on that one.
All right, good putt for Chris. That's going to take him to 12. So he is pretty much out of this thing, barring an ace on 18. Nice putt there for Harris. I believe Lucas is also putting for... I guess
They
we'll
all
find
put for
out.
bogey.
They might be. This is definitely for bogey.
No, I think Lucas is par. But it doesn't matter. It's all about John right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can get the birdie on 18 to take the lead back and end it.
Yeah, birdie for the win. Par pushes us to a playoff with one to go.
All right, and here is hole 18, par 3, 367 feet. It is a S shot for a forehand type of flick, Anheuser flex. If you're throwing the backhand, you kind of got to throw an inside route, and it has to flip almost the whole way. Lucas is going to show us the forehand shot here. Really tough too. I like the angle.
Needs a little finish, gets some of it, but just kind of never came out. It's going to be, I don't know, we'll see if he has any sort of putt over there. Looks pretty thick in the rough.
Yeah. And this has to be a ridiculously flippy disc, I would assume.
Don't go in short. Don't go in short.
It's like identical to round 1.
Yeah. Gonna leave him about an 80-footer.
Yeah, I think that's a par play. I think it's really hard to get it with the backhand. Yeah, that looked low out of his hand. You definitely got to get it high, taking that inside route.
Right, so John opting for the backhand.
Oh no. And that brings, I mean, he got to the left side, but that brings bogey into play.
Yeah, he's a tough shot there from Harris. But yeah, just that early kick is going to make it for a really tough scramble. And like we said, he needs to at least get up and down for par to force a playoff.
Yeah. Harris just wants to get off the course at this point. All right, here we go.
Just got to get a putt. Just catches a late tree.
It's a long look.
It's
a
a
look.
very long look, but it is a look. You're right.
It's
going to have a chance.
No way.
Oh, and Harris
man.
just cannot wait to get off this course.
Yeah, we've all had those rounds.
Nope, don't.
Catches another tree. All right, Villa. Last chance at a highlight here.
Yeah.
He wanted it.
Good run. Those are always fun.
All right, here we go. This is John Moldoff to
65.
force a playoff.
Unfortunate.
Just
It's a
comes
tough-
up a bit
Tough way
short.
to lose. Yeah, tough way to lose. The lead on that, but still a good round.
Yeah, just a great front nine.
Yeah.
It's a very solid start to the back, but just leaked one too many strokes here down the stretch.
Good look from Lucas to try to end his round with a birdie.
Great round, John.
Yeah, very nice round.
Nice putt there.
I wonder
Good
if
round.
John knew if he was looking at scores. I would assume he does.
Yeah, you have to think he's at least taking a peek there going into 18.
And 18, just so you guys know, it was the second hardest hole behind hole 11. There were no birdies the second round.
Yeah, tough shape, tough to execute. One more cookie, frustration cookie from Villa. As we're going to take a look here at the final leaderboard. Matt Berube, I hope I'm saying that right, because the guy
Berube.
shot an absolute shredder of a round. 11 down from the
Absolutely.
third card, I think, to take this one down. I mean,
Well
Tony
done.
Hoffer in second place as well with a great round.
Our winner, shooting the hot round of 11 down. Give me Matt Berube. Congratulations. Some money. And you win this.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Dave.
Yes, thank you.
Everyone that kept this course around. Sick place.
It is
It is a sick place.
Jinx again.
Oh, I got you that time.
Dang it. Take another look at the shot of the round. Stone cold from John Moldoff here on the 10th. Absolutely based it.
Oh, yeah. Guys, it looks simple, but it's not. Go try it.
Yeah, come out to Stafford Woods. Give it a shot. This course is incredible, and we would love to keep it around as long as we can. Thank you to the Norse gods. Thank you to the Patreon family. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate you. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. For Dan Brooks Wells, I'm Nathan Johnson. We'll see you next time.